grabs the microphone.
What is going on here?
Murdoch, everyone here knows tonight is a special show for your deceased father. Right, you can clap. It's a good thing. You can all be human for a change. The guy's father died. You can clap. I myself lost my father this year. And I can sympathize with you. I can empathize with you. But if you think for 1 second that just because this is your father's show, you're going to climb up and get a win in your belt at my expense, you're sorely mistaken.
Oh, and Crowbar just caught him with a snap jab.
That was awesome.
And that is the game of a wily veteran such as Crowbar to take Murdoch's mind off the ball, the contest for 1 quick second, and then get caught.
It was genius. You could tell what a veteran he is.
Oh, nice splash mountain out of the corner. Joe the ref only counts 2, but that is the mind game Crowbar loves to play, and he's been known for over the years. You know, and Dan Murdoch's in a lot of trouble right now.
Yes,
Crowbar
he is.
bounces him off
I couldn't
the
be
ropes.
happier.
I know you got a smile on your face. That's disgusting.
What? I enjoy seeing Murdoch get beat up.
You know, I don't know how smart it is Murdoch throwing those right hands with the partially torn rotator cuff.
Well, maybe he'll tear it more.
And he only gets 2 on Crowbar. I think Crowbar got into his head. Now it's turned into more of a Beaumont brawl that Murdoch loves to throw. And now he gets beeled to the floor
he got
again.
thrown.
You know, that's the one thing about Crowbar. Once he gets in your head, he definitely has the full advantage. As he used Murdoch's father to his advantage. Oh, and Crowbar just slams Murdoch's head into a steel chair. You know, when Crowbar usually
what's he got
wrestles,
under that ring there?
you know, when Crowbar usually wrestles a contest, Arlene, you know his best friend, the steel chair, comes into play.
Yep,
and
there
here's
it
one
is.
right there.
Ha.
Good grief, what a chair shot! And trust me, Arlene, especially with the chairs placed underneath the ring for later on tonight and our main event for the BWO title where tables and chairs are legal, Crowbar easily found a steel chair.
It's all right. He knew that there be under there.
Murdoch got caught with a boot right to the midsection. And now, one variation of a Nutcracker Sweep. Nicely done by Crowbar, but speaking of Nutcracker Sweep, on top of that, you know, I have to quickly say, Balls Mahoney again here tonight. You know, I apologize I wasn't here last month to call the contest.
That is a beautiful thing right there.
With him and Robbie, but Balls Mahoney is here later tonight. He's facing one of your buddies, Tristan Law.
Tristan's good.
You're a big brawler, right?
That should be pretty good, actually, because they're both pretty big guys. So
But right now, the big guy, Crowbar, and Murdoch, they're throwing haymakers at one another. They're using everything that's not nailed down. That means steel chairs and their fists. Nice forearm strike from Dan Murdoch. These guys are taking it all over the building here. You know, there's Murdoch's family in the front row. They're here to show support for Dan Murdoch, especially on a night like this.
you'll notice those are the only ones cheering for him, too, when he came out.
Oh, will you stop? All the fans were on their feet cheering for Dan
They were
Murdoch.
not. It was just that side.
But right now, they're looking on in despair here as Murdoch just got nailed with a double chop right in front of them.
Ooh, I wonder if he's going to land on one of their laps. That'd be awesome. Take out his whole family while you're at it.
You know, Annie Mae Murdoch in the front row as well as cousin Lenny Murdoch. And they're watching as Crowbar just got shoved into the steel post by the Beaumont brawler, Dan Murdoch. Right now, Murdoch has the full advantage. Another forearm strike. Again, I don't know how this... I know Murdoch usually goes on instinct with his contest. Good grief, what a diving lariat off the apron. You know, I know Murdoch normally goes on instinct. He goes all heart into his contest. Sometimes forgets to use his brain when it comes to protecting himself. But I don't know how much damage he's really doing to that partially torn rotator cuff, Arlene.
Well, it don't look like he's going to feel good in the morning. But I don't really care.
Murdoch
I hope it falls off.
Murdoch on pure adrenaline here. Pass over elbow. And Crowbar places his feet on the rope.
That was a smart thing to do.
And that's the smart thing
And
about
now
being...
he just got kicked out.
And that's the smart thing about being a ring general, Arlene, as Crowbar knows where he is at the ring at all times, got his foot on the rope.
Highly important. Know where you are.
Murdoch just might have kicked Crowbar a little low. I don't think Joe the ref saw that. Very unlike Murdoch. But I'm guessing his contest is under relaxed rules here, as that chair is definitely coming to play from both men, and Joe the ref has not called for disqualification.
Well, I think he should definitely be disqualifying Murdoch right now, because Crowbar's a veteran, so he should be allowed to use chairs.
Oh, will you be serious? Rules apply for everybody.
No, they don't.
Nicely placed boot to the midsection. And a monkey flip. Nice utilization, using a chair to protect him and then using a monkey flip to propel Murdoch over. Good grief, another chair shot to the back.
Come on, one more.
And this is where Crowbar thrives here. I've seen him do this before. Northern Lights with the chair.
Awesome.
And Murdoch showing his toughness, kicking out. He wants to win here tonight, but I don't know how much he has left in the tank, especially with a man the size and the knowledge of Crowbar.
There's no way. There's absolutely no way he can get this win.
Crowbar now setting up that chair in between the first and second ropes there in that corner. And a nice headbutt with a typewriter-sized head of Crowbar.
They still make typewriters?
I live in the 20th century still, so I believe I still have one. But nice block for Murdoch. His head was definitely going to that chair for sure, but he stopped it at the nick of time. And now Murdoch brawling, Beaumont brawling. Just like his daddy taught him in those bar fights, as he's throwing right plenty. Murdoch now looking to get himself back in this contest. That arm's got to be killing him, but the adrenaline rushing through his body. Irish whip. Crowbar up and over. Murdoch stopped hitting him with the chair as well. O'Connor roll.
Oh, that stunk.
And Crowbar's idea for using that chair in that position backfires as Murdoch kicked out of the O'Connor roll and Crowbar hit that typewriter-sized cranium onto that steel chair.
That was just tough luck right there. I hate when those things backfire.
Alarm clock!
Oh, that crazy finish again.
The alarm clock could have moved to beat Hoss Bryant!
What is it? Alarm clock?
And Murdoch did it here tonight, folks!
Well, he sure pulled that right out of his butt.
And the Murdoch clan looks on in approval as Dan Murdoch defeats Crowbar against all odds here at Devastation and dedication for his father, Dusty Don Murdoch, here tonight. I am so happy for Dan Murdoch.
Next up, fans, a special request from Frenchie Martin of Medford, Maine. You're going to see a classic match featuring Jumpin' Joe Savoldi and Boris Zukov. For daily updates on NWA On Fire, find us on Facebook or follow us on Twitter. Head on over to www.nwaonfire.com.
Wrestling fans, the following contest is set for one fall with a 15-minute time limit. About to make his way toward the ring from Parsippany, New Jersey, weighing 228 pounds, Jumpin' Joe Savoldi. And ladies and gentlemen, his opponent, hailing from Siberia, weighing 265 pounds, one of the Sheik's army, Boris Zukov.
Boris Zukov from Siberia, and he's carrying the wares of his country and territory, going up against Jumpin' Joe Savoldi from Parsippany, New Jersey. And Vern Gagne, this is going to be a great match as well.
Yes, it should be a good one, and it's a great, great test for young Savoldi. His father, Angelo Savoldi, I wrestled many times back in when I first started down the Oklahoma area, Tennessee, you name it, New Jersey, New York. I met him many times, different places. But a great wrestler. His young son here, one of the quickest young men in wrestling today.
No question, Joe holding the heavyweight title in the ICW for many, many months and showing his quickness and ability here against Zukov. I'll guess that this is perhaps maybe one of the first few times that these two guys have met, if not the first.
Probably the first time, but
which is what you're going to see as we've matched up the AWA and the ICW, the blending of talents.
young Savoldi, great amateur wrestler, and went through a lot of camps at Lehigh with my old friend Ken Lehman over there. Dan Murdoch camps out of Iowa. Oh, beautiful!
Series of drop kicks.
Arm drag, that Greco-Roman drag. Just love to see that.
Joe showing that he's received not only some good training maybe in high school and whatever, but also from his family. Some of the old style wrestling Joe's retained.
He is grinding on that wrist, had to go walk under. There he goes. That puts the pressure on him. Boris Zukov, out of Siberia, one of the largest heads I've ever seen in wrestling. The French Angel from many, many years ago had a huge, huge head. This man here is not far behind.
I bet it's hard, too.
Oh, like concrete.
Zukov coming in at 265 pounds, outweighing Joe by just a little under 40 pounds. Oh, it takes Joe down hard.
Joe's going to take advantage of his quickness.
Has shown it there. And here's a flying body slam. Body press and no. Gets a count of 2.
Big Russian, powerful, hard to hold down for that 3 count. Joe's going to use his quickness. Jumpin' Joe Savoldi, named after, I suppose, one great football time, one of the all-time greats, Jumpin' Joe Savoldi on Notre Dame.
Would be.
Oh, yeah.
All right, a little test of strength maybe. Joe thinks twice about that.
You wouldn't get tangled up in there, Joe. You get your speed, you can do it, perhaps.
Well, Zukov came right at him. And I don't know.
Joe is strong, but the big Russian got that weight advantage and the height advantage.
Well, that was that as Zukov puts a foot right in the chest of Joe, takes him down, puts him in a vulnerable position.
The pressure there is on the knuckles, or right the fingers on the knuckles.
And now the crowd trying to get behind Joe as he gets to his feet. Zukov shaking and wavering a little. And now he's going down.
Kick stopped him. I think he had Zukov going with that.
Question. There's a count of 2, almost 3.
Look at that bridge. Look at that bridge.
Yeah, these guys are straight. Another bridge. No.
That's one thing a wrestler has to have is a neck.
Look at that.
That takes some doing. Good use of the children now. There we go.
Now, flip by Joe. Zukov says, hold on. Joe, going to take advantage of this situation. Here we go. Turnbuckle. And runs into a knee.
There's a young man, a lot of resilience. You can tell he's in tremendous condition. Steve, he's just really... There's that head. Driving it into the stomach in the midsection, the solar plexus of young Savoldi.
Oh, and Zukov comes down hard on Joe's chest. Again. And notice how he braces his back and neck against his leg when he does that.
He gets every advantage that he possibly can. Look at this. Walk
Here
right
we go,
around the
abdominal stretch. Joe, does he give? Referee Tom Fernini is asking. Oh, flips him over. Good move, though, by Zukov.
Very powerful man.
Zukov in the throws Joe out. In the image of other Russian and Siberian wrestlers like Ivan Koloff, the same type of style, almost lookalikes.
Yes, they do. That grinding, that trying to...
No!